So we now know what's needed within the business report, the structure of it, the introduction, the body, in other words, the analytics, and how we have to cover the 3 analytics, and we have to create a summary of findings, which is the conclusion, and then the recommendations, right? So the second part of the exercise for this module is to fill in a review form, right? And a product review form using the spreadsheet, which is a Pink Lady spreadsheet, the product analysis spreadsheet. Now, why do we use this product review form? The reason is, if we go over to, let me just go through, there's so many windows open, to the product review form. What I've done is I've customized this one so it actually shows you or highlights the areas which replicate back into the business assignment, or the business report assignment. And you notice the first part in this table, which is the introduction, it's actually appropriately named, but the introduction, it goes into the introduction. But here what we're looking for is that you replicate what is going into the business report by itemizing what are you analysing within the spreadsheet. Right? So here you'd have a list of items that you are looking for to analyse within the spreadsheet. So in other words, in this case, what we've got is Pink Lady, and we'll be looking at this particular worksheet here and saying, what are you analysing within this spreadsheet? So, I've gone too far. There we go. So once we've listed the items that we want to analyse to see what the performance of this business is like, we would actually copy those items and actually paste them into our conclusion to report on what did we actually find. So you actually summarise for each item that you've looked into in the introduction to be answered down here. And previously, remember, I gave you the example of the orange cards. So you say, I'll be analysing car sales in, on let's say daily car sales, right? So down here in the production, on the conclusion, you would have daily car sales, and then what you actually found in percentages and dollars and so forth, right? Okay, so introduction would be clear enough, straight to the point. I will be analysing X, Y, Z. Then the body of the of your report, which is the descriptive and predictive analytics. And the descriptive would be, what was the product sale for the month, what's the total sales for the month, how many sales did we actually achieve. So it's describing the current status of the business. While we're looking at this current status, we should look for patterns, trends, so that we can make forecasts in terms of predictive analytics. So if we find in here that sales are really good every first quarter, sales seem to be really good on the first quarter and they drop off in the last, we would say in here, we have to concentrate on blah blah, because we can see a pattern that first quarter is doing really well and the others are dropping off. So predictive would show that there is a trend or a pattern, and we would mention it in this part of the report. Remember, don't confuse the two, split them. Okay, now that was your body of your report, and obviously we just explained what the conclusion was answering the questions from the introduction that we analysed for the results. Okay, now once we've actually got a really good picture of the business, which is the introduction, descriptive, predictive, and the conclusion, then we can actually prescribe things for the business. So here then we can start tweaking things, like like tweaking the, in this case there was like not a bonus but a coupon or something rather, right? Groupon. And we can tweak things, so modify the inputs to maximize our outputs, and then we can list all sorts of recommendations on what we understand, not outside of the scope of what we understand. So here we don't mention things like marketing and so forth, right? Okay, all right. So let's begin in a second. What I'll do is, first off, we'll just clean up this spreadsheet and then away we go.